Hello, my friends. How's it going? It's your boy, MJ, and that is not short for Mary Jane, just so we're all across that small fact. This is a new segment called Talkin Tunes, where I will go through some music-related stuff, have a chat about it, so we can get to know each other, because, rather than me telling you how to play guitar all the time, I'm just going to tell you how and what to listen to, because that's just it's the energy I approach life with. Jokes aside, this is an opportunity for us to get to know each other, people to find out kind of what inspires me, so maybe you can get a better idea of what inspires you. But before I go too much further, I am from a land down under, and there is currently a cyclone making its rather dedicated way towards the city I live within. It is hot and sticky, so it is more than likely that I'm gonna sweat a lot because I've turned the fans off and taken them out of the room. So it's gonna get difficult. Today on Talkin Tunes, I'm gonna look at my top 10 albums that influenced me as a guitar player and changed the way I look at the instrument and inspired me to want to get better and try new things. So, rather than sweating like a priest in front of a preschool, no offense to any priests who regularly chime in for the content, God bless, let's have a bit of a date night, get to know each other. I'll tell you about me, you can drop a comment, tell me about you, maybe you can even like and subscribe. Let's go. Alright, coming in at number 10 for my top 10 albums is Sonic Youth's Suburbia. When I first started wanting to play guitar, because I noticed my dad played guitar, there was a Sonic Youth song called Sunday that I really, really wanted to learn how to play, because my dad could play it. And I asked him, and he showed me like one time, and it was really hard. And to this day I don't know how to play it. But that was sort of the beginning of the journey. So it's kind of here as number 10 to put some respect on its name. So, thank you, Sonic Youth, Lee Ronaldo, Thurston Moore. I owe you a lot. If you ever wanted to use standard tuning sometime so we could just have a good time, let me know. I'm sure they use standard tuning somewhere. I'm not a huge listener of Sonic Youth, sorry not to be a fake fan. It is what it is. Much love to Sonic Youth. Honestly, huge band. Coming in at number 9, it's going to be a challenge to see if I can hold the right amount of fingers up every time I get here, is Pavement's Wowie Zowie. Dude, Pavement? Crazy good, crazy cool, weird band. You got Stephen Malkmus, Spiral Stairs, Bob Nastanovich, Mark Eyebold, and Westy, who cannot drum. Golden band. I saw them live here in Brisbane not long ago, and they were really good. I think the biggest and coolest thing about Pavement is they kind of have this vibe where it's just a group of dudes bumming around who somehow kind of consistently strike gold. And something about that when I was like 14, 15 really appealed to me. I heard it referred to as like slacker rock quite a few times, but Pavement, huge band, and to be honest, really clever and neat instrumentation at times, like the parts that they write, super cool. Also, weird tunings there as well. So, thanks Steve. Coming in at number 8, an album that lives rent-free in my DNA. Rage Against the Machine, The Battle for Los Angeles. Dude, this album, wall to wall, all killer, no filler. Couldn't imagine being in the room, being like, oh, wow, let's write an album, oh, this will be fun, oh, yeah. And then everyone's just killing it, whoa, just killing it. I mean, man, Morello's guitar parts are just insane. Not that I would ever want to straddle myself with a pedal board like that and having to stress about so many effects. But I think I heard somewhere, could be wrong, correct me, if you will, he was like studying electronic music or how to be a DJ, I think. And so that translated over in his guitar playing. He wanted to emulate that, which is just phenomenal. So insane. With these first 3 out of the way, we've sort of built the foundation of where we come from. As we get into these last 7, we're going to be looking at the things that I listen to now and genuinely have a huge impact on me. Coming in at number 7, John Frusciante's Curtains. Man, I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Cool band, great songwriting. Of course, the guitar work is phenomenal. In my sort of, digging and stuff like that, I found out that Frusciante did solo stuff. He was doing his own things. I ended up listening to The Past Recedes, which is a pretty good track. But to be honest, it doesn't break the mold for some of the just heartbreaking and beautiful songs you hear on that album. I mean, you have The Real, Anne, A Name, Hope, Your Warning. It's just like, wow. And the style that John plays in feels classically inspired, and his voice is just gorgeous. That album is like, if you're having like a, soft, intimate date night, like we are right now, I'd throw it on. Probably dim the lights with on, we could have some wine. Even though I hate wine and we'll never do that. But we can both dream. On that note though, John Frusciante's Curtains. Please check it out. Number 6, can't not bring the man, the myth, the legend up. Neil Young. The album, of course. If you just wanted a best of album for being alive and what it's like to live and experience heartbreak, sorrow, the loss of loved ones, all these growing old, looking back on life. Harvest. So good, man. I mean, it's incredible. As another note too, if you haven't had one too many beers, maybe outdoors, legally, of course, with a Bluetooth speaker, good one, throwing Harvest on, and the sun's dipping down, going away, and the skies cast that beautiful, orange and blue with, swaths of lavender and violet in there. And you put on The Needle and the Damage Done with the lads and just knock a few coldies. That's a bucket list item right there, by the way. Bucket list item. Get stuck into that. Coming in at number 5 is an album I actually physically have with me. Give me but a moment. Yeah! It is Smashing Pumpkins' Gish. Gishy Gish Wishy Wish. Dude, this album, man, it's like almost a metal album to some degree. They're instrumentally, from my point of view, this album is damn near perfect. They show off so much of their strength for their ability to write catchy riffs, do their classic psychedelic breakdowns. It has this skeleton of instrumentation that the band really builds upon as time goes on. But this album, to me, is just such a feat of musical ability. I don't think Billy's vocals and songwriting are entirely there yet. They're not fully realised. But in the context of what's going on at this point in time, especially for a first outing, it's like, whoa, dude, what are we doing? How do we pull this off? Incredible. Golden album. Please check it out if you haven't. Some track recommendations. Snail, Rhinoceros, and of course, Siva, depending on how you want to say it. Check it out, please. It's on Spotify. It's everywhere. But, however, album number 5 does lead me to album number 4. Boom! Haha! Siamese Dream, or Siamese Dream, as I would say. Thanks, Billy. Siamese Dream. So, a sophomore album. It shows a complete evolution. The instrumentation is still incredible, but the composition, the production, everything is in the right place. Butch Vig, does he miss? You know what I mean? Man is living with an aimbot because he don't miss. He just don't do it. He just don't do it. But the other thing is that this album, from a songwriting point of view, a lyrical point of view, it's such a huge step in front of Gish that it's just so beautiful, and it marries their hardness and their softness so well. Siamese Dream is incredible. Soma off this is probably one of my favourite songs of all time. Probably right up there. It's perfect. I'm upset that I have to look at the back to remember the tracks, but I'm going to bring it up. Opens with Cherub Rock, brilliant move. Into Quiet, oh my god. Today, it's a classic. Hummer, oh, the drums on Hummer. Rocket, great riff. Disarm, what's not to love? Soma, as I said. Geek USA is a particularly awesome tune, especially that end breakdown. So cool. Please check this out. This was bought for me by a friend that I haven't caught up with in quite a while, unfortunately. But they bought it for me as a gift, and I am horrible at taking care of things. But I've tried my best to take care of this because of just how unbelievably awesome it is. So if that person ever watches this video, thank you so much again. This has stayed with me, and I do everything I can to make sure this is safe. It's a bit dusty at the moment, so I do apologise for that. But killer album. Coming in at number 3. That's 6. Let's go down. Number 3, haha, is a classic. Led Zeppelin 2. Bit of Zeppelin? Yes, I know. It's them. It's them. No, anyway. Led Zeppelin. I mean, I love a lot of Zeppelin. So why number 2, right? There's so many good Zeppelin albums. This is my point of view. I find it funny that if you go back and look at critics and stuff like that of the time, you know, they talk about Zeppelin 1 and they're like, it's derivative. It's not Creed. Meh, 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 meh. And then the boys just pitch a no-hitter. They just go, oh, okay, we'll do this then. What are you gonna do? And what do you do? I mean, this album stands the test of time. Like, I mean, yeah, it's got a whole lot of love on it. Great tune, I'm not denying that, but maybe a bit dated, a bit overplayed for some people. But then you've got What Is and What Should Never Be. You've got Heartbreaker. You've got Living Loving Maid. You've got Ramble On. Like, it's done, you know, just like, what was going on? What was in the water? Phenomenal album, phenomenal. If you haven't listened to much Zeppelin and you're in a rock, blues, psychedelic-y kind of place, treat yourself. I don't know how you've not experienced it yet, but fix that problem, because this is sweet as peaches and cream, baby. Alright, get to the top 2 now. These are big for me. I will admit, I do not have physical copies of these ones, so trust me, bro. But coming in at number 2 is Stone Temple Pilots' Purple. Man, Stone Temple Pilots are a phenomenal band. Incredible. I only really knew 1 or 2 songs of theirs for a while, and then Rick Beato did a video on them, and I love me a bit of Mr. Beato. Thank you, Rick. Man, and just watching him break some of that down and looking at the chords and the things going on from a, you know, a musical point of view. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Those albums are, well, that album is a gold mine of just clever songwriting and a lot of stuff that just breaks the norms for rock music or grunge, if you will. Purple is incredible. For me, huge shout out for 2 songs in particular. 3 actually. Number 1, Vaseline. Number 2, Interstate Love Song. And number 3, Still Remains. Incredible songs. Check them out. Stone Temple Pilots, very cool. They've got a new singer now because of the unfortunate passing of Scott. Rest easy. Jeff Gutt. And he sounds pretty damn good. So, there's actually a live video on YouTube of them playing a song off their first album called Plush. And it is a phenomenal performance. I might even link it in the description below, so check that out. Last but not least brings me to album number 1. Number 1. It's going to be another Stone Temple Pilots album, and it will be their debut, Core. Core is so sweet. It's jam-packed and full of just awesome instrumentation, incredible vocals. I think Plush is probably one of the most perfectly written rock songs ever. The riff, you know, the kind of tagline, like the descending line, the beautiful chords of the verse, the kind of heaviness of the chorus, the way Scott delivers the vocal lines, the bass, the drums, amazing. And then you have Dead and Bloated, you know, it's a jam-packed album. And for me, learning about that album and trying to learn some of the guitar parts made me rethink how I wanted to approach playing guitar. Because between Dean DeLeo and Robert DeLeo, it feels like they worked it out. They'd cracked the code on how to like welcome in elements of jazz and funk, splice them all into this thing that, you know, just a passing list will go, oh, it's rock music. It's like, oh, man, listen closely. The stuff going on here is crazy. So yes, number 1 album, Stone Temple Pilots, Core. Okay, so now that we've hung out and I've attempted to flex my physical collection of vinyl on you. I wanted to thank you for being here. You know, I'll like, comment and subscribe if you're interested. I'll be happy to do more of these. If you have any suggestions for Talkin Tunes and you want me to go through it, just let me know. This has been a beautiful getting to know you session. Thank you for letting me hear the sound of my own voice. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Anyway, I'll catch you next time. Keep playing, and just remember, with music, you can fall in love every day. Just got to find the right song.